Hi, you guys. How are you? How's your week so far? I am in my office. Isn't it cute? Um, Let me know. There's my dog. You want to see my dog? I got his I go to this place to get his nails clipped and they gave him this little Christmas bandana thingy. It's really cute. So, yeah, when you're watching live, let me know who you are and how you're doing and how your week is going. As you can hear, I'm a little sick still. I got a cold last weekend and I'm still getting over that, and it's all just here and it's so annoying, but we're good. I just woke up with a headache this morning, but we're all good now, and I wanted to go live anyway, so here we are. So a lot of you are probably getting ready for 2020, right? And you're setting intentions and you're thinking about what you want 2020 to look like, and maybe like some people will set a word for like one word for the entire year of 2020, and there's all this talk about it's a new decade, and it's almost like we're entering this new beginning, and people are so much more aware of what is really happening, right? And happening in the way of we are so much more powerful than we think. So when we set these intentions and like resolutions for ourselves, it's actually, we can actually make a difference, right? And whether people know it or not, we're becoming just more aware of that. And a lot of you may, and this used to be true for me, so this is, again, as everything else, this is my own experience, right? I'm teaching from my own journey. And a lot of you have shared with me when we're talking, or like when you're a client of mine, or even in my women's circles, right? When you set an intention, or when you have these dreams for yourself, it sometimes feels too big, right? It sometimes feels like, oh my gosh, I really want to do this for myself, and that would be so amazing, but how am I going to get there? How am I going to actually reach that, right? And if you've seen my post here in the group the other day, I talked about intentions and goals, which is a really helpful way to look at this, right? Your intentions are, and I'm going to give you some examples here as well, so bear with me. But in the post, I would recommend reading it if you haven't done so. In the post, I talk about how your intentions are your bigger visions of how you want to experience your life and how you want to feel, right? And then your goals supplement those intentions. That your goals are more like little actionable steps, like little baby steps, I call them, that you can take that supplement that bigger intention, so it doesn't feel that big anymore, right? Duck. So Joy here in the group actually asked this question a few weeks ago of, what do you do when your dreams like feel too big? Like when it feels like you can't really get your energy behind that yet, when you feel like, well, I'm never gonna get there, or that seems like lifetimes away for me, right? So I kind of wanted to sit with that topic and now give you my perspective and maybe some guidance on that if you want to, because like I said, I feel this topic will relate to more of you as well, as it related to me like a few years ago, right? So I wanted to give you a few examples and then kind of like go through this. I think that's the easiest way to like give my perspective to you. So let's look at something. I thought about the example of, and by the way, if you have questions or comments or anything, if you want to share like your intention that may feel too big, or if you want my like guidance or advice on that, I'm really good at this. So I'm really good at breaking down things and setting the action steps and then planning it in. Like that's I will be able to see that and help you with that. So don't feel like you can't ask. Okay. So let's say you have the goal or the intention to remodel your house, which is my goal right now, to remodel our kitchen and to do an addition on our house. And that's a huge project, right? That's huge. And when I think about all the things that I have to do and think about, it can feel completely overwhelming, right? It can feel completely like totally like in the future, can't see that yet, right? So here's what I do. The first thing that I do is I create a list of all the things that would need to happen, right? So with remodeling a house, it would be getting a permit for the addition, talking to contractors, picking out floors, buying a kitchen, ordering windows, like whatever, like anything at all that I can think of that needs to happen related to that goal. It's like this brain dump on paper. So everything is on paper. And once that is done, it's out of my head. I, of course, love doing the spiritual and energetic work, right? So one thing that could come up could be, oh my gosh, like how are we going to pay for this? Like how long is this going to take? Where am I going to cook when they're remodeling my kitchen? Like whatever, things like that. All those things could come up, right? But then what I do is, instead of kind of feeding those flames, I visualize myself in my new kitchen, right? Having a really cool new pantry in my new bedroom, having these beautiful sliding doors in my kitchen, and with like walking out on a deck, I'm seeing that. Having my client meetings at this cute breakfast table in my new kitchen with the sunlight shining in, right? Do you see how I am tapping into the feelings of that kitchen already being a reality now, right? And all those things that I worried about have already fallen into place in those visions, right? So I'm tapping into the place of all those worries and fears that I have already been solved or not there anymore. So that's the feeling that I'm tapping into, right? And then from there, I can make a plan or like action steps. So let's say the first step would be to get the drawings ready. The next step is to get a permit from the township. The next step is ordering a kitchen, scheduling the contractors to come in, right? Those are all manageable baby steps. Like I put them in logical order, right? Supporting the vision of my new kitchen and me sitting at this little breakfast table with the sunshine on my face, right? Does that help? Do you see how it's way less overwhelming that way? Let me know in the comments. I know I can see some of you are watching, but I don't see any comments, so what happens is that I am not yet worried about ordering the kitchen when I'm still getting the permit from the township, right? Like I am not worried about the next thing yet until I have this first little step completed. And that is what made the biggest difference for me in setting goals for myself. Like I remember I did that when I planned my wedding 6 years ago. I did the same thing. I did that when I was in the process of quitting my job and supporting me and my family full time, right? Um, what am I looking for here? I'm getting distracted. I love it. Great. I'm glad this resonates with you. So this is the same thing that I did when I quit my job and I started working from home in my own business full time, right? So another one could be travel, right? Like do this all the time too. Like where do you want to go? Research the best places, research your options, right? Where research the best places in Costa Rica. If you want to go to Costa Rica, research the best places that you would absolutely love to see, right? Research flights, research hotels or Airbnbs so you know kind of the price, so you can set a budget. And then when you have a budget, you can make a plan to save the money or manifest that money, call it in energetically, right? And from there, visualize yourself on the plane. Visualize yourself being in Costa Rica, right? Experiencing the culture, the sunshine, the food, the tropicalness, right? So from there, you can then make a plan. So your first step would be booking the Airbnb, booking the ticket. Like these are all like little steps, right? Researching activities that you can do, researching, I know Costa Rica has a lot of national parks that you may want to visit, right? Hi, Lori. So good to have you here. And so, sorry, life becomes so much easier, right? When we can create these little baby steps instead of feeling like we have to do it all at once. This is what I do. This is my process for things that I'm creating in my life, right? So that I have more time, right? Once one of these baby steps is done, it's done. And I don't have to worry about it until I'm doing the next baby step because I have it all like kind of planned out. And of course, stuff comes up and we can't really plan our lives like this to the T. But with our intentions and goals, with that things that we want to experience for ourselves, this way it makes it manageable, right? It becomes manageable. And we can see that, okay, this is actually doable. I can actually be on a plane to Costa Rica next year, you know? It creates momentum too. It creates momentum. It creates a belief, right? It creates trust in yourself and in your life and in life itself too. And it creates that confidence that you can actually do this. You can actually have this, right? And boom, your goal doesn't seem that big anymore. And then you relate this to your business or your work, right? If for example, in business, what creates momentum for me is actually doing a live video here every week, right? Or posting a social media post every other day. Those kinds of things, it creates the momentum, right? It's the little things that will make the big difference. So let me know if you have any questions about that. That's all I had. That was my tip. So let me know if that's helpful. And then if you haven't read that post about the intention and the goals, you will love that too if this really resonated with you. So if you haven't read that, make sure you do. And then I have a very exciting announcement for the month of January as well. So you guys are already in the group here, so you're good. So for the entire month of January, I'm going to be doing a lot more workshops, probably 2 or 3 a week, here in the group to really set you up for an amazing new year, an amazing 2020, where you feel good about wanting what you want, right? Like when you feel good about, like, just go by the example now of having that new kitchen and going on that travel trip, or, you know, Finally charging money for your services, for your offerings, for your life's work, right? And then what I'm gonna help you through is all the stuff that may come up when you think about that, like fear or shame or I'm not there yet, or I'm not good enough for this yet, right? That all these things that will come up. So I'm gonna guide you through that. So we're gonna start with mapping out those desires, guide you through all the stuff that comes up, and then I'm gonna help you set these action steps that you can take every day or every week or every month, right? I'm gonna help you for the entire month of January map out your 2020 so that you can set yourself up for that, the success meaning whatever makes you feel good, right? Success doesn't always mean making millions, right? Success to me means making an impact on people, right? Helping people live their best life. Me feeling good about what I'm doing in the world, right? That's travel. I mean, not travel. That's success. I was thinking of traveling also means success. So, I mean, that is what success means to me, right? Traveling, apparently. So I'm going to do that for the entire month of January right here in the group. I'm mapping out, I have it right here. I'm mapping out the topics, the times, and the dates. So as soon as I have that, I'm going to post it so you can mark your calendars. And that is all I had for you today. Oh, and then that whole month, the whole month becomes, I'm just going to be completely transparent, that becomes your invitation to join my next upcoming program, 4-month group coaching program called The Hive. That's going to start February 1st. So now you know that already too. It's going to be really good. If you already know you want in on the group program, let me know. I almost have a little outline ready for that. So let me know. You can just reach out to me privately about that. And I don't see any more comments. You're saying yes. Yes! I'm glad this resonates with you guys. My hair looks very weird today. Let me know if you have any more questions. Also, if you're watching the replay. And then I'll keep an eye out on any comments or questions later on. All right, my loves. Well, I hope this was helpful. And then I'll be back. Next week is going to be the holidays, but I'll probably be around. So you'll see. All right. Much love. Bye.